Okay. Hi, I'm Professor Carmen King Ramirez.
And I'm Professor Julio Davila.
And in this video, we're going to talk to you about some differences between work culture in Mexico and the United States.
The first thing we'll talk about is the job hunting.
When you look for a job in the United States, most commonly you're going to go online and use a search engine. Even if somebody tells you about the job, more than likely you'll have to go online and look up what the requirements are. You'll also find there a minimum wage perhaps, or a wage range of how much you may be paid, your education that's required, and any type of previous work experience that you'd need.
In Mexico, we do have classified ads, but a lot of people want to find out about jobs from close friends and associates, from word of mouth. And you will be told usually in an ad what the requirements are, but also some requirements such as if the candidate must be a man or a woman, or if he needs to be between a certain age.
And in the United States, that's a major difference because you actually are not allowed to specify an age or a gender or a marital status. Most people would consider that discrimination in the US, and that cannot be part of the application process or the interview process. Now, we'll move on to the type of documents you may need as you apply for a job. So when you apply for a job in the US, you'll more than likely write a cover letter if it's a formal job, and you'll put together a resume or a CV. Those will have your name, your contact information, your educational background, and any previous jobs you've had in the past. That's the basic information that most resumes cover.
Here, you will be asked for a CV. However, the process usually involves a face-to-face meeting, which is very important.
And sometimes on the CVs in Mexico, you'll also notice that they may ask for you to give them a picture of yourself and include information about your age, correct?
Oh, that is correct. It's standard practice to include information about your age, your marital status, your family, and in many cases, a picture as well.
So we move on now to the interview process. So once you have applied for a job and they've called you in for an interview, in the US, this may take place face-to-face, or it could be a video conference interview, depending on how many candidates they are, the type of job, and where the job is located. At any rate, they will ask you questions about your work history. They'll ask questions about why you're qualified for this particular position. A lot of times they'll ask you what your strengths and weaknesses are. But there are a few things they cannot ask you by law. They cannot ask you your age, your marital status, if you have children, and those types of personal information. You can actually, if they do ask you, decline to respond and report them to Human Resources, because that is illegal.
Well, they will ask you here a lot of the same things. However, they already are aware of your age and marital status because you have to put it on your CV. And if you are a woman, they will definitely ask you if you are a mother. And if not, if there are perhaps any plans to become a mother soon.
So these are some major differences between how the application and interview process may look in the United States and Mexico.